So you're here on this really long article because you're wondering if you should use HomeAdvisor or Angie's List or House or any of these other companies to either get more customers or to find a contractor. So I'm here today to explain how these things work and shed some light so that you can decide whether or not it's right for you. First of all, why would you listen to me? How would I know what I'm talking about? Well, I'm owner of NL Kyle construction company that's been in business for over 20 years. I've worked in this business over half my life, and for 10 years we used HomeAdvisor and Angie's List, and I've used House, and I've used Yelp, and I've used BBB. I've used pretty much all of these things. I am also the owner of a marketing company, and we specialize in working with construction companies. So not only do I do marketing for myself, but I do marketing for dozens of other construction companies throughout the country. So I've literally seen it all. I wrote the article about this stuff. I've talked to the heads of these companies, and I've talked to hundreds of contractors, and I've gotten everybody's feedback. So I have a pretty good idea of what's going on. And I'm going to explain it to you so that you can see how it works and decide whether or not you want to use it. So the first thing I want to do is show you what you find when you're searching on Google. And bear with me, I've got to resize my window. All right. So I went to Google and I typed in remodeling contractor, Dalton Gardens, Idaho, because that's where I live, Dalton Gardens, Idaho. And let's take a look at what we see on Google. So we've got 4 Google ads here. These are companies that are paying Google to be found here. We've got Angie's List, we've got HomeAdvisor, we've got this is a remodeling company here, and we've got Powell & Sons. All right. So these 3 top ones, let's see, these 3 right here, these are all lead resellers. So if you're a homeowner and you're looking for a contractor, you'll go here, they'll collect your contact information, and then they'll sell it to a contractor like me. This one here appears to be, oh no, it's not, it's another one. No, it looks like a real company. So if you click on this one, you'll actually be contacting a real local remodeling company. And if we scroll down a little bit, we've got Google Maps, but we'll come back to that in a moment. And we go down to what's called the organic search results, and we've got Better Business Bureau, we've got me, we've got Angie's List, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, Porch. You can see the vast majority of listings or websites that you're finding here are lead reselling companies. So that's what this article is lead reselling companies. There's only, in what we've looked at so far, there's only 2 actual remodeling companies that you're finding here. So what I'm pointing out to you is that these lead reselling companies who make their money off of collecting contact information and selling it to contractors like myself, they are completely taking over the front page of Google. And they pay a lot of money to do this because they make their money by selling contact information. So now let's take a look at this box right here. So this is called Google Maps. So this Google Maps is based off of proximity. So if you search for something and you're looking at Google Maps, you're looking at companies that are around your area. And so this is the one place on Google search that you're not going to find these lead reselling companies. It's also free for companies to sign up here. And so you can see that we're right here at the top. We have more 5-star reviews than anybody else that's showing up here. So we tend to get a lot of the calls, and we do. We get many calls every week from this. We don't pay for it. It's freaking awesome. Ever since I started doing this, we don't use HomeAdvisor or Angie's List anymore because they're just not worth it. So let's talk about that. We used HomeAdvisor and Angie's List for about 10 years. And over the years, the prices got more and more expensive, and people seem to be answering their phones less and less. And the reason that is because, first of all, these companies share this contact info. They share leads. If you're a homeowner and you sign up on Angie's List, your contact information will be sold on HomeAdvisor, and vice versa. And let's just take a look. If let's pretend that I was a homeowner and I'm trying to find a contractor. The first or second thing I see is HomeAdvisor. So I'll click on that, thinking, okay, I'm gonna find a remodeling company now. And let's take a look at what I see here. Okay, so instead of seeing a list of contractors like you would expect, you're getting this form. Enter zip code, add your details, get pros. So basically you need to put in all your contact information before you get to see any pros. And as soon as you are done filling that out, your contact information is being sold to 6 different contractors, and your phone's going to be ringing off the hook. And for this reason, statistically, like, this is a real number, based on all of my customers who use HomeAdvisor, only 1 out of 7 people actually answer their phone when they call. So if you're buying leads for $40 a piece, you're going to be buying 7 of those just to get 1 phone call. And as we all know, if you're a professional, you don't get every single job or every single project that you talk about. So maybe you get 1 out of 3. So if it takes 7 to get 1 call and it takes 3 calls to get a project, you're buying, what is that, 21 leads just to get that. So 21 times 40, it's somewhere around $800 you're spending to get a project, which is a lot of money. So since we started using Google Maps, let's go back to Google Maps so you can see what I'm talking about. Since we switched to Google Maps, we haven't had to rely on buying leads from any of these companies. And I provide the same service at my marketing company for all sorts of construction businesses across the country. And they all get fantastic results, every single one of them. Some of them get hundreds of calls every month. It just depends on where you're at, how thick your competition is. But the thing is it's free to have this listing. And while we do offer this as a service on a monthly basis, we will take care of your website. We will take care of your Google listing. We'll take care of everything that you have that's online, and it starts at $500 a month. And our average client gets about 5 calls a week from this. So if you're getting 20 real phone calls every month, what would that cost? You'd be paying thousands of dollars for those phone calls through HomeAdvisor. And this service with us starts at $500 a month. So, it's way better deal. And I'm not here to sell you that. I'm just telling you this so you can compare the two. And I've put together a free PDF guide that will show you exactly how I set up my own Google Maps listing. So you can go and set yours up yourself. One of these guys that was here last time, but it switched when I clicked the back button, Carpentry 208, he doesn't even have a website. And his Google listing brings in tons of calls. And so sometimes you don't have to go overboard and invest in a website and stuff. Sometimes you can just get this Google listing, set it up properly, and it'll bring in phone calls. Most of the time, especially if you're like a remodeling company, you need to have a website because people need to go there, learn about who you are, see your projects, read a bunch of your reviews, and before they feel comfortable contacting you. But Google Maps is the best way to get attention. I mean, check it out. It's right at the top of Google search. It's right underneath all these ads. These ads are always at the top because that's how Google makes their money. But Google Maps is always right underneath them. And if you can show up in this box here, I guarantee you will get phone calls. So that's what I have to share with you today. If you have questions, you can email me or comment on this video. I hope this was helpful. If there's something else that you would like to know or you have any questions, just let me know. Good luck, and don't forget to get reviews.